All right, let's look and see what we got done here. So got the drains installed. Got one right here in the lowest spot. You can see the water from the testing I did. So it's going to contain water, and that little catch basin is just for the sediment, so you can clean it out. I'm going to put some gravel here. And just keep monitoring this for buildup. So I got that one. Then I got one right here. This is next to that entryway right here. And then I have my downspout, which is conveniently aligned in this corner where all the angles are going to be at. So have my downspout here to tap into. Pretty easy fix. And then I have an additional drain right here. So that one I probably should have shifted slightly in hindsight. And then the rest of the drainage situation, kind of filled in by the dirt. So there's that. Yeah, filled in by the dirt. And as you might have seen, I was able to I had to change this downspout. You can see it's new, and I even put a screw in there just to hold it. So it all connects right here. It connects to a 3-inch PVC pipe. So I'm gonna have to put some gravel here just to temporarily keep the grass at bay. Put down a fabric. I have some fabric, some grass, call that good. And then eventually I'll get to building the walkway. I set down the base. I went back and I screwed in from the bottom side like I said I would. And I've set it down. I haven't secured it to the little pylons that I driven in. In fact, I'm gonna drive some more into the ground because I had some along here, but clearly the drain is in there, so I can't drive anything in there. It would be useless. So I'm gonna drive a couple more along the edge, probably along the center piece in the back piece, and that's gonna give me adequate vertical restraint, if you will, since it's not secured to the ground, and it's going to be a pretty tall shed. Let's see. Yeah, so it's not secure. The reason why I haven't secured it is so I laid down my remaining weed barrier, and luckily it fit just perfectly all the way down there, because I had all the dirt piled up right here, and I just leveled it out. I figure I already have the tube runoff, so it really doesn't matter. We'll see how it plays out. If I gotta scrape it up, I will, but for now I'll just leave it like that. And it's probably best if I actually scrape it up some. So I'll probably just roll this fabric back, scrape it up some, have it a little bit lower, and then I'll just put some rocks on it, just to keep the fabric down, out of sight, out of mind, unseen, much like right here. Get some new gravel and lay it down. So that's in the works. I'm not sure if I want to buy from the Home Depot a little baggage. That might be expensive versus just finding a little quarry or something and buying it that way. I'm kind of torn if I want to put anything under here, partly because I'm not sure if critters and stuff is going to use it as a little hideout, a little camp out, if it's just let loose like that. If it's not covered with anything. So potentially I'm not certain if I'm going to fill it in. That's a lot of gravel, which I don't really want to deal with. At this point, I just want to drive those pylons in, because I bought 2 more pieces of pressure treated wood I'm just gonna cut down those down to size, and you know, like one right here, one on that side, and just drive them, you know, all these places that are open. I'll just drive a pylon, and it's gonna be super secure. Otherwise, the base is there. I mean, I have a platform already cut, so that's gonna go down. The walls are built, you know, so this shed is gonna go up pretty fast. So really the only thing that I have to do is, honestly, I don't really have to do this grading stuff just yet, to be honest. That can come later. I just put this down because I had enough, and I just laid it out, and it's gonna be good. So it just keeps the kids off it and stuff. And if they do go on there, it's not too messy. It's still relatively level. Speaking slightly off, I think I might need to like jump on it or something to get it to go down. It's probably just like crooked in the block, so I'll probably just take a hammer and make sure I hit it down and make sure it's all level. But otherwise it should settle out because it was pretty level at first. Like I said, I did buy some wire, and that, like I said, I wish I didn't put this drain right here. I really didn't think about it and how this would affect, because it initially came out that way, and that would mean it would come up in the center if I was supposed to drill a hole. I kind of wanted to like vector it to the back, which I still might do. I'm actually gonna probably cut this off and connect a piece to come all the way out here, so it's not like, you know, coming up in the center awkwardly, this wire. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably cut it off and put a piece on it, bring it out here, and then up. So yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing, unfortunately. But I pretty much use a couple 45, 90 degree elbow to curve it backwards. And then it doesn't sit on this drain. It's just, I mean, it's not, nothing is gonna sit on it. Water is not gonna necessarily drain. Well, a little bit of runoff will happen here, but not like the extent of down there. This is just, yeah, I thought I would put in a 3 grade, and that's the reason why that one is there, and conveniently aligned with this electrical pipe. So either way, these are like cemented, so they're sealed, so nothing is gonna go in there. And then, like I said, this, I'm gonna extend it all the way back to the inside of the board here. And then I'm gonna go upwards inside the shed. And then this, for now, I mean, I have a 25-foot 12 gauge wire, and when I came here, this GFCI was not working. I'm not sure if you can see the green light. In fact, I was out here. So this was the one that I just took off, and it was not working. I mean, you can see it was so corroded, I had to cut it off because I could not unscrew that stuff, so I just cut it off. I even cut the ground because it was like, it was not coming off. But this one is, I think it's just bad, but it's kind of bright out. But let's see, power this on, and you can see correct wiring, and it's energized down there. So I've already pushed a test. The GFCI and it already tripped, so I'm good to go there. Much like this bad boy. So you got this original receptacle here with these prongs, but then you have 2 up here. It's actually covered. So if we peel this tape off, there's a I do have a knife somewhere around here. But yeah, if you peel this tape off, there we go. Yeah. So you got 4 connectors on these, 2 at the bottom, 2, and this is typically reserved for a feeder. So what I'm gonna do is, just like this, I'm gonna connect this wire that I have coming up through the pipe, because the pipe just conveniently lined that it ran under there. It wasn't being used for anything, like I seen in one of the previous videos. So I just got some wire and fed it through there, just preemptively, and left some exposed right here. So I'm gonna get some some conduit, and I'm not sure really how I'm gonna do this just to make it more professional. I don't want to cut out the wall, but I mean I could, I guess, and just plaster it back with some, I don't know, some whatever, some cement or something, and it won't be that serious. So I do have some wire here, enough to reach up here, and I'm gonna tie into this plug, and it's gonna give me an additional plug inside of here, and then I can plug a light in there. I do have a used light. Again, I'm not an electrician. Let's made that clear. I'm not an electrician, but I do have a light bar somewhere. All these things to be installed. So I do have a light bar right there that I need to use. So that's the plan. I might end up using that light bar. That light bar for the interior. So I can have permanent light, and I'll install like a switch to turn it on and off. But I gotta do my research on that. I'm at least confident about this, you know, making it to a plug, and I have adequate wiring, so I can put that plug wherever I want. Probably next to the doorway. That's how that's gonna work out. Probably put it next to the doorway. So, but this electrical stuff is completely an afterthought, because I wasn't planning on doing it, and then I found this and I was like, wow, okay, there's a conduit here and it runs on the ground, and so I don't have to, you know, run some janky ass, part of my language, conduit or something. It's already on the ground. I just gotta use this and, you know, make it work, come up inside. So that's the plan. So yeah, building a shed, but building a shed turned into doing electrical work and a water runoff irrigation type, not irrigation, but drainage. So I'm glad it's almost like I was working backwards, because the irrigation should have been done, or the drainage should have been done, and then the foundation. But anyway, it worked out, had enough space to make it work. I'm glad I actually took up this platform to excavate. It would have been so painful trying to do that, you know, in small chunks, because the ground was so compact. I mean, you can see how chunky this stuff is, and I mean, it was way wetter than this, so it was really hard to like get up. But I'm glad I was able to take this up, and I'm glad I decided to just remove it completely, lean it up against the fence. That gave me the complete run to just kind of grade it. Obviously the pipe was slightly leaking, but it is what it is. It's not, I mean, these things aren't like watertight, but they will contain the water. As you can see, the screws in there, I kind of use it to hold the coupling together. And I don't have one in the top portion. I only have it in the bottom portion. I'll put one in the top once I figure out this direction that I'm gonna spin it. So it's probably gonna be like that, but you know, whatever. That's why I have it left like that. So I'll put, you know, 2 more screws in the top to secure it so it doesn't really spin or move. But yeah, all in all, the shed is coming together nicely. So the next thing I'll do is get this electrical stuff all the way out to the edge of here. I should have definitely done that, but I didn't really think through it that well. I can probably even force this slightly away from the drain. bend it slightly away from the drain, and put a strap right there, and that should be adequate. Or I can just cut it off and reroute it or something. Honestly, that's probably what I'll end up doing. Cut it off, reroute it so it's just not next to the drain. But yeah, all in all, I'm glad I got this working. It says it's a 20 amp, but I'm not sure if it's a 20 amp, because if it's a 20 amp, it would be great, because then I could just plug my lift inside of it. It's the only GFCI that's not, well, there's a GFCI in the garage, but it's blocked by this box. It's technically, this box is technically plugged into it, and I definitely don't want to trip it, because if that trips, then all the plugs in here go out, and that's just a problem, because there's no way to access this plug back here. And I need this, I need my compressor, I just need power. I need power for the door, the lights. So I definitely don't want to trip it. But this thing says it's 20 amps. So I'm hoping if I plug my, if I plug my lift in. So my lift here is rated, can't really see it, but it's rated for 20 amps. And that would be a convenient place to plug it, because it will be the closest accessible GFCI. And then my plan is to, see, you can see it, 110, 20 amp, single phase. So my plan is to get an extension cord that's not too long. If I could get like a 20 or 10 footer, and get a high quality gauge. If not, I could build my own. If I can't buy it, I'll just build it myself, buy some good quality cord, a plug, and build it. So it's gonna be quality material. But yeah, I'm done for today. I got some stuff I gotta take care of. But next up is really getting this stuff really just away from that drain slightly. I guess I should have done that, but I was kind of wanting to backfill and fill it in, and obviously the thing would have been filled in. You can't really see it. Yeah, it would have been filled in. So probably a little bit hurry. I need to get some tacks just to tack this stuff down. I guess even if I don't put gravel on it, I'm gonna get some tacks just to tack it down. That's what I'll end up doing, just to make it cleaner along the edge. Again, you're not gonna see it, but just to make it cleaner. So I'll do that. Think about the gravel situation. It's not really critical. Critters are gonna go wherever they wanna go, so this is not gonna stop them. So I'll just spray under it occasionally. So next up really is just putting up the walls. And like I said, I have the walls built, and then after the walls are up, putting on the roof, which I have the material, I have the gutter, I have the trim pieces. I might need a couple more trim pieces, but all in all, this shed could start going up tomorrow if I'm finding motivation. Like I said, I'm glad I got a plug out here now. I can plug my phone in instead of finding an extension cord. But yeah, the shed coming together nicely. It's a lot of work, but it's gonna be well worth it for just getting some of the stuff stored away and situated, and then just cleaning up this mess in the backyard so the kids can play, and it feels usable again. But yeah, I'm excited. It's supposed to rain this coming week, and I'm excited to see how this drain is going to perform. Well, all of it, how it's going to perform, if it's going to back up or anything. So hopefully it gives me a good downpour, and I can see how that works. All right, anyway, as me always say, like on a hit thing.